Hi, Jeff with Renegade Mattress Retailer Weekly here, giving you a little different view of the store behind me this week for a reason. I want to talk about two very distinct but yet connected issues. Number one is the effect of the online mattress space and really what it's truly doing to our industry in relation to taking right off the top, you know, that top half of the ice cream sundae, the whipped cream and the cherry, all in one. And number two, the value of moving your merchandise, your price points up line and what that allows you to do. So first of all, let's talk about the online space and really alternative channels, let's just say, because I think what the consumer has learned in the last maybe 3-4 years is that they're understanding that you don't need to come to a traditional mattress store or even a furniture store that sells mattresses to buy a mattress and really enjoy it. You know, they've learned that their club store is just as good of an alternative. A by appointment, warehousey type place is, in their mind, as good of an alternative as any. And of course, online. And when I say online, I'm not necessarily just talking about the online wonder kids of late. I'm talking about Macy's and JCPenney and Bloomingdale's and all the other omni-channel brick and mortar, but with a very solid web presence stores that are out there. The consumers learn that with the risk reversal, that's really become the minimum barrier of entry to retail mattresses today. They've kind of learned that, you know, there's really no risk anymore, and I can try something, and if I have more affinity to, say, Amazon or more affinity to Macy's or more affinity to Costco, and they have a mattress and they have a service policy behind it, I'm probably more likely as a consumer to buy there than some new store that I don't know anything about, that I'm kind of skeptical of. So all of these alternative channels have really begun to dig in. And when we look at, namely, what the online channel has done as far as revenues go, with, you know, I think estimated revenues this year are going to come in at $1.5 billion retail dollars. You know, the industry says, well, that's 10%. And I've even said myself in past issues of this address of Renegade Mattress Retailer Weekly that, you know, look, if you're busy focused on 1 out of 10 sales, you're ignoring 9 out of 10 sales. And while that's true, here's the other thing that really is the reality, is that $1.5 billion, 10% of the $15 billion mattress market at retail, is almost all made up of the sub $1,000 price point level. Okay, so when we start looking at it through that lens, let's look at the impact of those pieces shipped in volume in related to those dollars. And that's where the real problem is for most retailers. If your average ticket, and remember, the average ticket of a mattress in this country is about $950. If your average ticket is a little below that or just a hair above that, these alternative channels, namely the direct-to-consumer online channel, and that's just what I'm representing here in that $1.5 million space or number. If we add in the Costco's, the Sam's Clubs, the BJ's, the department stores of the world, that number probably goes up to $2 to $2.5 billion. But if we just look at the online space, related to unit volume sub $1,000, it's not 10%. All right? That unit volume sits, and I have ISPA actually sending me the numbers. I just didn't get them in time for the production of this video. But the last I recall, that sub $1,000 unit number was at about the 35% range. So if we say, let's say it's a third, that's $5 billion at retail, sub $1,000. Yet the online space is doing $1.5 billion. So $1.5 billion of 5 is more like a third to 40%. Okay, so now we really begin to understand, wow, no wonder my doors aren't swinging nearly as much. No wonder I'm having a hard time paying the bills, making sales, because so much of your unit volume, that bread and butter, easy churn, fill up the delivery truck type sale, is just gone. You're not even getting the opportunity for it to come in your door. All right, so that directly correlates into my second point, the absolute insistence that you begin to move your merchandise up line. All right, because when you do that, you're now moving yourself out of that dynamic of the just blood on the beach, battle it out sub-$1,000 price point war that's going on out there, you begin to elevate. You begin to swim out into clearer ocean, blue ocean, if you will. And moving up line only helps in so many different ways. Okay? Your cost to acquire per sale goes down percentage-wise. You get to keep more profits. Okay? You're able to spend more on advertising to acquire that customer, which is an advanced tactic, but it exists. You're able to do more from a service point issue if you have higher tickets. And you just have more opportunity to generate more revenues. That's all there is to it. You know, a famous marketer, somebody who I've studied for a long time, Dan Kennedy, has said, those who choose to live by price die by price. But the more profound thing that he shares in his advice is that those who move up line and generate more dollars per sale have the ability to spend more to get the customer, keep the customer, and put in their bank account. Now, you might not think that's all that profound, but to our industry, I think it is. Because the insistence to stay down in these low prices, $2.99, $3.99, $4.99. You know, this month on Black Friday, the biggest retail holiday of the year, we're all going to go as an industry to the bottom. And I guarantee you, some knucklehead is going to have a $149 queen blow out the door, name brand price, queen set on Black Friday. It's just going to happen. And I know of no other industry that just chooses to slam the value, the equity that we've built in a better night's sleep right down to the bottom of the basement than our industry. So when we look to move prices up line, I share with you this optic in our store. Behind me is our rack of mattress values. And on this corner, right back there, that's where our queen set begins at $8.99. The only thing we have floored on our floor, no lower than $8.99 in a queen. So we force ourselves to show elevated products, show elevated price points, better product to the customer, to stress that a good night's sleep is an investment, and we always make sure we're selling something with good quality to back it up. Again, when you do this, you're able to drive home commitment to better service, better experience touch points that you might have to invest a little more in. But when you have an elevated ticket, you're able to pay those dividends back into the experience and into your pocket. So this week, I hope I've challenged you with 2 new thoughts: where your pieces are coming from, where they're going, what you can do to move upline and retail price point, and to understand the benefit of moving your ticket up allows you to deliver more experience in your sales, a better customer experience. The elevated ticket pays for that and allows you to just do more for your customer and evolve your business in a bigger and better way. Thanks for checking out this week's issue. I do hope that you enjoyed it. As always, leave a comment below. Look forward to hearing from you. Take care.